Hey everybody, how you doing? DJ Ronnie Ron here with you for the Music Industry Makeover here along with Rico Gibson. Hey brother, how you feeling, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good.
Another Thursday, man.
Yes, God is good. Another Thursday that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Just waiting on our guest, and Simone she'll be on in a few, but we're gonna get some housekeeping, help. Want to shout out to our sponsors and things like that. For sure for this show. And we thank God for all who have tuned in. Definitely give a shout out to Patricia. Make sure you get in contact with her with Spectrum if you're interested in the bundle that she has. Okay, $99. And so while you're quarantining, so you got some entertainment and things like that. Definitely connect with her. And also want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, another one, Mr. Harold Jackson. And so he has a financial education services. And so if you're interested in for his improving your credit and things like that, there he is. Make sure you definitely get a hold of him. All right. And that's all his information. I want to thank him for sponsoring this particular show. And so if anyone is interested in sponsoring a show or even sponsoring, a whole month or so, feel free to get in contact with us. All right. Because again, we want to help you small businesses out there as well. Okay. Also want to give it. Oh yeah. There's Simone right there. Yeah. All right. Also the show being sponsored by Finio Max. Okay, definitely. And for all you small businesses that are waiting, that are trying to get out there, need a website, keyword searches, marketing content, all of that, social media management, definitely get in contact with them on there. Also, this the Music Industry Makeover, artist promotions. Hey, that's what we're here for. Hey, if you need us, we got you. Go visit the website. Go check out the video of the week and a lot of other great tips on there as well. And also Eshe Music. Okay, eshemusic.com. Yes, Miss Simone there. So make sure you definitely get in contact with her if you're an artist that's definitely looking for management and other great things. Also, don't forget to tune into my video show. All right, DJ Ronnie Ron's Top 10 Video Show playlist. Make sure you go and subscribe to my channel on YouTube as well as Critical Dialogue. Or so go and check us out on Tuesday nights. Okay, go ahead, Rico. Tell us about In the Box there.
So we have In the Box, man, every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a show for creatives. If you're a producer, engineer, manager, we just kind of, share knowledge, the business of different spaces of different people that work in the music space, that creative space. And then on Sunday, we do Just Life. Which is a program, man, for people that are struggling with life. So we have some great topics we talk about, some things that may help you. So tune in, join the group, Just Life. Glad to have you and continue to watch. And we appreciate your Music Industry Makeover as well, man, for supporting. So it's a good thing. So we're glad that you guys are watching. Amen.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead, Simone. Tell us about it. Eshe, yeah. How you feeling this evening?
Doing well, guys. How are you guys?
All right.
Yeah.
Eshe Music is a premium service to help independent Christian recording artists to grow their fan bases and brand themselves so that they can make money with their music, monetize. I have a program on right now. It's called Monetize Your Music Ministry. And if you are interested in that, feel free to inbox me and I can tell you how we can have a conversation. We can talk and see if I can help you.
Awesome. Definitely. Hey, there's a lot of great information out there, a lot of resources for you as an artist to go out and partake, but you have to want it. Okay. You have to show, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Okay. This is what I need in my life. So, hey, it's there for you. It's not going to come. It's not going to come to you. Opportunities are never lost. They just go to somebody else. So it all depends on how bad you actually want it. All right. And
one thing I want to say about that, I was just talking to an artist. She messaged me and she said, "Oh, I wish I had met you years ago. I spent so much time and wasted so much money just doing the wrong thing." And I said, "Well, there is a lady I admire. She likes to say, don't worry about the years you've lost. Let's look at the years you have left, right?
Right.
We can only look to the future. We can't fix the past. The only thing we can do with the past is learn from it. So we're going to leave the past in the past. We're going to learn from our mistakes, and we can move forward. If you have a message that God gave you in music and you have made mistakes in the past, okay, that's water under the bridge. Let's move forward. We're here to help you move forward and get that message out.
And it all depends upon you as an artist, how serious you are about your music and how serious you want to move forward. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You know, anything worth having is worth working for. Okay,
absolutely.
And there are people here that are definitely here to help you. I think. Okay. Yeah, we're waiting on our guest. So Dr. Marlin Nichols, and he's having little technical difficulties trying to get in, but we're going to keep it moving because everything we talk about is always related to marketing and promotions and how important it is. So you go out and spread this word, share the video to someone who may need it in different groups, because again, there's people out here that definitely are experienced that can help you go to the next level. But again, you have to want to do it yourself. Nobody's going to baby you through it. And no matter how spiritual you may be about it or so, again, God has given you the ability to create wealth. You have to go get it. Just like the Israelites, they had to go to the promised land. God told them about it, but they had to get there and overcome some obstacles. All right. So, if you want that land of milk and honey, you have to go and get it. And that's one reason why the world is so better prepared or may appear more successful than the peoples of God, is because they follow the principles in the Bible, whether you believe it or not. Okay.
They do.
You know, I mean,
they don't believe, but they believe enough to follow the principle. And the principle of God, man, still work. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
That's why the Bible says the children of darkness is wiser than the children of light. So not saying that they know scripture, but they'll just take the faith of the principle and use their faith. Now at the end, when they pass away, now that may be a whole nother situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as while walking on the earth, they believe it, man. Them cats, man, they'll speak that they'll speak success, and they'll get around successful people. What kind of faith do you think it takes for Neil and his little crew, man, to jump in the car and drive to California with no money, believing they're gonna get a record deal? That's still faith.
Yeah, right? That is faith.
That's still faith. He had no plan. You know what I'm saying? So as believers, we have to move out the same way. And I've been challenging myself. If you've been watching some of my posts, because I've been trying to force myself to get out of the box. Because although, man, I'm rooted in the word, man, I have a very, very strong theological background, man. All of that don't matter, man, if people don't talk to you, right? You can be the smartest cat in the room, but if somebody, man, if they're intimidated or if they feel like you look down on them, you might have an answer ready for them, but they don't want to come around you. So I've been challenging myself to get out the Rico box. Because this is 2020, and there's some things, man, that I normally wouldn't do. I would probably just walk out the room or leave. But it's like, I'm not afraid to share who I am, right? And that's what you guys got to do. And that's what we do at Music Industry Makeover. We want to teach you how to expand. And how you start expanding first is reaching the people right next to you. So sometimes you may have to change the way you do stuff. So if you've been watching some of my posts, I've been talking about music and, just kind of it's chit-chatting. If you want friends, you have to show yourself friendly.
With the words,
right? If you're going to do music, this is a new day. If you're going to do music and you're going to be successful doing music, you cannot be successful doing music not talking to anybody. That's because you have to engage your prospects that may like your music. Just throwing your music up and not putting a voice with it, it's not going to really help you. We're in a new day, so you got to pop over that camera, and you have to let people know that you are a breathing, living person. Your personality, it's okay to be flawed. We all are flawed. So that's what we try to do at Music Industry Makeover. We try to help you. This is important.
And to give a scripture reference too is Proverbs 10:4. All right. The diligent hand maketh rich or maketh fat. All right. You got to be diligent in your goals and what it is that you're trying to do. Why you think drug dealers and other folks are successful? Because they're diligent in their business. A prostitute, she's successful because she's diligent in her business. Whatever it is, whether good or evil, you have to be diligent. Success will come to you. You will get the desired results. It may take some time, but you're being diligent. And that's what a lot of you gospel artists have to learn, that diligence and to get over those obstacles of finances. So, okay, manage your money a lot better. You know, save, do different things, change your mindset on certain things, because again, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting new results, and that's not going to work. Okay,
right?
Yes, that's
and
not.
And I said this before. If it don't work for person A, you person D, A, B, and C could have failed. That don't mean you're gonna fail. Now you want to try to take and learn from that, but that may not be your outcome. So I'm on this kick, man, and I'm encouraging people. Somebody can inspire you. Like Ron inspired me, Simone inspired me. But I don't get in the mirror and try to put on hair like Simone, right? I don't try to put makeup on. So like I don't try to wear. I can't wear. I can't try to wear Simone dresses. Although Ron inspired me, I don't try to go into Ron's clothes and actually put on his clothes. I have my own clothes. But can I take something from Ron and use it? And it's okay for us to inspire each other, but God has given every person, whether you saved or unsaved, God has made all of us individual, right? And you can't be afraid to be you. Gotta be you. Gotta be you.
Amen. Exactly. Hey, yeah, if y'all got any questions or comments or so, feel free to go ahead on it. Inbox us, comment wherever you may be watching us on. Okay. Again, we supposed to have a guest, Dr. Marlin Nichols, and I'll just give you a little bit information about him. He has 6 decades in the music industry. That's 60 years.
It's a long time.
Decades. Yes. He's a successful radio promotions executive. He's considered one of the best in the industry from breaking records. Now, here are some of the artists' records he has broken: Ray Charles, Roberta Flack, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Donny Hathaway, the Bee Gees, Led Zeppelin, and Rolling Stones, just to name a few. Okay. Yes. And to his credit, he has 100 gold and platinum records and 4 Grammy nominations. Okay. Again, this is the kind of person that can help make things happen. He still has his promotions company, and we want to talk with him once he gets things situated on his side through the technical difficulties. We want to talk with him for us marketing back then and marketing now, for us with the process and how things either have changed, or is it still the same? It's just a new way of doing it. Okay. And so yes, we definitely again, you all spread the word about this because again, you want to learn from people who have been where you're trying to go. All right. And again, nobody can do it on their own. It takes a team. Okay. You need somebody to help you along the way, and you want to invest in them as you invest in yourself. So, because I like the story real quick, where I think it was Chris Rock was telling somebody that, he was on the side of the road, broke down in a car, and he was flagging folks, asking for help, and nobody came in and helped him. Okay. So he started pushing his car. And next thing you know, several folks started getting out and helping him push. Okay. That's the same with your music industry, with your music career. Okay. You got to be doing something, not just say, hey, look, can you help me? Okay. Well, I don't see no progress here. What is it that you're doing? So moral of the story, keep it moving. I know one thing that we're going to do is we're looking at developing virtual concerts. So, and we had a great meeting the other day, and with this coronavirus, because things do change. All right. you know. And so we're looking at doing call it Virtuosity Virtual Concerts Volume 1. All right, and you know, instead of a competition, you know, because we're not really not into competition, but it would be more of a showcase. No, and so that's what we want to do to, you know, during this time, because now is a great time to develop new ideas. And then when things get back to quote unquote a different new normal, when we start congregating publicly live, we're going to continue that process too. Right.
Yeah, and I was going to say, man, the thing with the virtual concerts, because eventually we're going to go back. But the thing that you guys have to understand is, you know, being virtual is a way of life, right?
Yes. Yes.
Things are never going to go back to where they was, because people that are setting up things virtual now are actually getting on board to the future, because we've had internet, we've had, you know, these tools, but we've been afraid to use them because it's not the norm.
Right.
Then something happens, and now we're forced to kind of create. There's several people that created their own channels out of this quarantine. So that's what we're going to do with the virtual showcase. You know, it's not a contest. It's not a contest. But right. You know, we're going to have, just like you go somewhere and have a concert, and you have 10 acts and 15 acts. It's going to be the same way we're going to do it virtual. And so that you can, so a lot of artists that didn't have an opportunity to maybe do something on their own, they're able to come, and we're going to create like a virtual stage, man, and we're going to put it together, make it work for you. It's going to be dope. So it's going to be good.
And I wanted to mention too that as part of that, if you are chosen to participate as part of this virtual concert, you get some of our services as a part of that. So one of the things, like if you've known me for very long, I've been speaking about how showcases, like traditional showcases and how they're done, are not good for artists. They don't give the artists anything. They don't do anything. Well, we want to have a showcase where you actually get something out of it. So we totaled it all up, all of the services that we each are putting in. You get way more of value than what you're going to be investing as part of this, as you know, with our services. Plus, you're going to be able to get in front of a larger audience than you would normally gather on your own, or a group of different people than than the people who are already in your fan base. So because we're gathering a group of artists together, everybody's going to be bringing their fans together. So you get to share your music and your ministry to people who don't already know you. So that's a huge plus.
And as you invest in yourself, we're going to actually turn and invest like 4 to 5 times more than what you invest in yourself to be able to be in the showcase. So it's a win-win. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people have a lot of showcases. And like Simone said, the artists don't get anything. We want to be able to give you something as well, but we're also teaching you that in the music business where we in now in 2020, you have to do something for yourself. You don't want, I've been telling people you don't want anything for free, right? Because then there's no value in it if it's free, right? You know, you pay, now Jordans, it takes, you know, less than 10 cents to make Jordans, right? 10 to 25 cents to make a pair of Jordans, right? But there's a perceived value, and those Jordans are not made with, they're not made with the best material, right?
They're not lined with gold.
They're not lined with gold, but you got Jordans that are $500, right? Yeah. But it's
the value that we place on it.
Correct.
You know, if I'm willing to pay $500, well, then I'm saying that these pair of Jordans are worth $500. How much is your music career worth to you?
There you go.
And if those same Jordans was in Walmart, how many of y'all would go get them Jordans? Keep it 100.
Right.
I really wouldn't go get them because of the fact it's in Walmart, because of the value you have on Walmart. But now if it's in Foot Locker or Foot Action or Athlete's Foot, wherever, It's like, okay, yeah, but
that makes more sense.
you're right.
and while we're talking about that marketing tip, they do not put their shoes. Jordan does not put those shoes, but in certain stores.
Yep.
Right? You can't, like Walmart, those type of shops. They can't. Anybody just can't, get those shoes. Right? So that's about you. When you market yourself, even when you do a concert, when you're starting to book your own tours and you're trying to set up stuff, you want to actually you want to get on the stage with artists that are excellent. Because say if you like super dope, right? Just say for instance, if you're like really, really dope and you really have a great show and you're on the showcase or you're on a concert, man, with 6 people, 6 other artists, and they're all raggedy, right?
Right.
Even though you're gonna get on the stage and kill it, it just really don't really bring no value to you. That's because the other 6 artists, like, they're not good, right? So I remember we was riding the car and it was talking about boxing, and how, a fighter, if he jump in the ring with a fish and knock him out, even though he looked good, he really ain't good, because when you get in the ring with a real fighter, then his skills will really show. So it matters when you connect with, and especially when you get on the stage with somebody, that you get on the stage with other artists that are quality, because it brings your value.
It's kind of like anybody has bought a home and they have homeowners association, okay, and so it's pretty much they're there to keep the value of the property. All right, you can't have your house any kind of way. All right, so the fact is, it's all about value. So when you go to sell it, you'll be able to get more for your money, and that's pretty much what Rico, in line with what he's saying. So you want to be around quality individuals, quality artists. That's going to help your brand add value to what you're doing. It's like, hey, this is going to be a great concert. That's like with, Teddy Riley and Babyface. So if they was to do a concert together, that would be a real nice concert. New Edition being on there, that'd be another one. Some of the name brand superheaders, as they would say, those will make great concerts. That's where you want to connect with different artists like that to bring a phenomenal show.
Well, Pastor John P. Key just seen a video, him and Hezekiah finna do a little battle.
I saw that.
Pastor Hezekiah called him out. He's talking about, you called me out.
And that's been a debate right there too. It's like, especially in the gospel arena, to where we always seem to copy what the world does. And it's like we need to be more of the innovators, and instead of just trying to emulate what's out there, But again, we're here waiting on Dr. Nichols. He's still having some issues here. I've been talking to him online here in the messenger. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on. But if you got any questions or anything that that you want to ask us, since we're here, and again, Simone posed a question. What do y'all think about with the the virtual showcase idea? So what I'm saying, how do you feel about that? So you think that's a great idea because, as Rico said, it's going to be a new normal. This is pretty much going to be the wave of the future. And say this pandemic is definitely going to pass, but it's going to take some time for folks to really adjust to coming together with people again, because that fear is a big factor. It just makes you think like, oh, okay, I don't know if I'm really kind of trusting this, if I'm going to get sick again. And then hearing, hey, there's might be another wave of coronavirus coming through in the winter. So,
and even so, when it comes to virtual, I'm a big fan of virtual because, I'm a techie guy, and you can reach more people virtually than you can in person.
Correct.
So it's a very, very good opportunity. William said it's a good idea. That's a good thing. So you got to put the work in. Yeah, you got to do some content. You got to pop your window up. You got to do some lives. you know, but it's a great thing because, you know, I was telling Simone and we was doing in a meeting with one of our clients. I had no idea, you know, that I had people in the UK and other places, man, that was really my biggest royalties come from the UK, right? And it's because of the internet, right? So, you know, our client, she has some people in France that's following her. She has some people in was it Germany? It was Italy, I believe it was. You know, so that's the thing with the analytics. We was talking about analytics. So it's important for you to know it for yourself, so it kind of helps you know where to market. But you know, yes, it's different, and we're trying to take advantage of something that's going to be the new normal. And I think you'll like it, man. So get out the box. This going to be next month, May. We're gonna call next month May. Get out the box. May get out the box, May.
Right.
Get you out the box.
That's right. Get out of it. And again, you have to want it. Okay. You have to want it. It's not going to happen magically. Okay. You got to get out and want it. And somebody was saying to me the other day how I've been telling them about internet radio years ago, and now they see the importance of, like, man, you was right, bro. I mean, you were head of the curve. I'm like, you know, it's all about looking at your surroundings, being aware of what's going on. Okay, and so you can adapt when the storms do come, or else you're going to drown in the sea of change. Okay, William says, how would you stand out in such a saturated market now? That's a good question.
You stand out by being yourself. You have to show up and show people who you are. Tell your story. There may be, you know, there's other Black guys out there. There's Black guys your age with bald heads and glasses, but they're not you, right? They don't have your story. They haven't been where you've been. They don't know where you've come from. Their music isn't exactly the same as yours. So when you share that and you open up a little bit, let people get to know you. You differentiate yourself from the next guy over who looks just like you. It might sound just like you, but they're not you. Everybody's personality, everybody's story, everybody's person is different, you know, and that's another place where branding comes in. When you brand yourself to a degree where it's not just what you look like on the inside, but it's also your message, what you emphasize, what you value, you know, that you put out there into the world, that differentiates you from the next guy. So that's definitely something to keep in mind.
I'm just going to give you from the musical aspect. She gave you the branding. Right now, musically, people are searching for a new sound. I would say it's good for you as an artist to really explore, to try to see what kind of sound that you can make, right? This is a great time because people are trying to push the bounds. You know, how you stand out with your sound in your music, you know, using, you know, different elements in your music. You know, if you go, and I would say, you know, depending on the genre that you're in, I would say pull up 10 songs. And I would say pull up the top 10 songs in that genre and take a piece of paper, write down the elements that you hear that's common in all those songs. If you're good at structuring songs, if you understand how to construct a chorus, a verse, a bridge, you know, or turnaround, or intro and outro, go through those 10 songs, because, you know, as an artist or a producer, you have to do your homework. Go through those 10 songs and see if you can count out the bars, you know, see what the type of measures, see how the song is structured, and go through and find the commonalities, because there are commonalities in all those 10 songs. And when you find those commonalities, you go beyond. Don't do the same thing that those 10 songs, those commonalities. Try to find something different and a different element in your song. Even instead of doing 4 bars, maybe do 12 bars, right? You know, it could be a different. You know, start your You can come in with a verse and go straight to a bridge and then go back to the chorus. So I'm saying that musically, try to test and push the bounds to see what you can do different. That'll help you stand out in the moment.
Another thing I want to say about that when it comes to music, use some different instruments. You know, one thing I miss about music is horns. I don't hear that often. And then lately I've been, people have been submitting songs to me, and it's all a big snooze fest. Add some life. Why are you trying to put everyone to sleep? What's going on? Right? I feel like Christian music shouldn't be trying to hypnotize people. It should be trying to give them life. Bring some new life, bring some energy to it. Just because it's gospel doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be solemn, right? Of course, there's a place for solemn meditative songs, but that's not all there is. Bring some life, bring some other instruments, bring some differences into the music.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's Quiet Storms. William Stokes right there. So I had to do a Google search on you. He's an artist and a producer as well too. So that's what his album's, The New Negro Spiritual. So some years back. Again, want to give a shout out to our sponsors or so. Want to thank y'all so much for being a part of it and things. Want to say, Patricia, make sure you contact her. Okay, with Spectrum, if you're interested in wanting to get that bundle, go ahead and contact her. And also want to give a shout out to Mr. Harold Jackson. Okay, he has financial education services that he's doing. And if you're serious about your credit, improving it, so go ahead and give him a call and touch bases with him, because you do need good credit, because you are a business as an artist and you are investing in yourself. So you never know what things that you may need, and you don't need the hassle of, well, man, I'm gonna need a cosign or whatever. Mm-hmm. All right. So again, we apologize. Hey, this is how things happen. I've been trying to contact our guest that was supposed to be on, Dr. Marlin Nichols, who has 60 years in the music industry, and he's had some technical difficulties. He apologized for that, but hey, we just keep it rolling regardless, and because we are the music industry makeover, and we thank God for being on for a year and a half, almost pretty much or so, because it's just that it's all about consistency, consistently showing up, and regardless of what it may look like, you have consistency.
How many people come?
Right. Don't be moved by the by the crowd, because everybody has a core audience or a core fan base. So.
And that's it. And what I want to just kind of piggyback over what Ron just said, like you have to be consistent. Consistency is part of your brand and marketing. Yeah. You can't go hard for 2 days and then stop 2 days or 3 days, because then you're gonna start all over again. Like, and the hardest thing sometimes, especially if you're trying to, engage your followers, is, and I remember a lot of pastors, man, would say this when they started preaching. They started preaching to the chairs and got used to preaching to the chairs. And sometimes they would preach to the chairs for months and months. And then one person would come, then 2 people would come, still get the same message, the same energy. And what is going to help you to be consistent? And through that consistency, because we have a core audience, we have a core, we don't have a lot of times have a lot of people that come on, but we have people that come and they'll watch the replays, right? And that's the thing. So don't get discouraged if you don't get a lot of followers at first, because people are trying to decide, especially now, people are trying to decide what they want to watch, who they want to follow. Right. And even if you have 5 people that are really interested in who you are, it's better to have those 5 people that are writing down everything you're saying than to have 30 people to cause confusion. They're not going to buy nothing from you. They're not going to support. They're not going to engage with you. Right. They just flip-flopping. It's best to have those 5 people, because those 5 will infect 5 more. And they'll turn around and bring back other people, and then vice versa. So keep being consistent. Keep going. Don't give up.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the Bible tells you not to give up. Be not weary in well doing.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
I mean, seriously, and that's where a lot of the children of God that they fall short and they get weary, and it's like you got to persevere. That's why I like one of my favorite songs is "Optimistic" by Sounds of Blackness. Okay, I mean,
Love that
it's
song, man. Love
yeah,
it.
and that song is over 30 years old now.
Yeah, man. That song classic though, man. That jump hit real good right about now.
It sure does, exactly. So it goes to show you when you make quality music like that, it's timeless. you
Right,
know it's it's,
right.
it's straight timeless, and so I'm just like, wow. Again, be consistent. Get past those hurdles. Because in the end, it's going. Somebody is watching you. Like somebody's always watching us. Yeah, there's some haters out there per se, but we're not focusing on them. We're focusing on the ones that's constantly trying to grow and learn, and that depend on seeing us every Thursday. Okay, and it's just like, okay, well, that's who we're here for. Just like we depend upon Christ, so to give us life, to load us with blessings every day. Okay, we depend on Christ, and other people depend on us as well too. Okay, so again, hey, if you got any questions or comments or so, we got
Fire
you
my way, man.
here. And,
Got us here. Go ahead and while we're waiting on the doctor. So while we're here, man, we got some questions. Don't matter. I
yeah,
mean, it could be off topic, man. If you just got something, you can just hit us, man, while we on here. Just
yes.
go ahead and you can ask away.
Yes. Hey, Kenny Smith, how you doing? Yes. Kenny is a product of Dr. Nichols. Him being an urban gospel singer, and so he spoke well of him. And unfortunately, man, I don't think that we're going to have him on tonight because he had technical difficulties.
Okay.
And yeah, because
That's cool. We'll get him again.
yes, definitely. Hey, Terrell, how you doing? Yes, thank you so much for joining us, sir. And go back to what we was even saying. How there's a lot of competition out there, to where we have our show, and then there's other interesting content that's going on too. So we're not going to get everybody, but you're going to get your fan base. We got our faithful people that watch us regardless of what's going on. Why? Because it's that know, like, and trust factor.
Right.
Okay.
One of the things I've learned recently is that there is a difference when it comes to your fan base. There's a difference between demographics and psychographics. A lot of times, when people tell you about, well, find out who's in your fan base, they're talking about demographics. Is it men or women? Is it both? Is it one or the other? Is it ages between 25 and 55?
Right.
Are they wealthy? Are they middle class? Are they poorer people? Those are all demographics. But then we tend to forget about the psychographics. Do they believe what you believe? Do they have the same headspace? And that, I'm finding, is more important than the demographics, because a lot of people, they tend to market to a particular group, right? Like my coach, she markets to women. So, a lot of black women flock to her because, she speaks their language, that kind of thing. But then every so often she'll get a Hispanic woman, she'll get a white lady, she'll get a man, who comes to her not because they want to just be hanging out with all these black chicks, but because they believe what she believes. She's speaking their language, right? What language are you speaking to your audience? And that kind of goes back to that branding, where it's not just how you dress, it's not just the colors you're choosing for your logo and your website and your pictures, but it's also what kind of a message are you putting out there? What are you telling people? Wayner's on, and we talked to her this week about her main message. I read the first few sentences in her bio. And the word that sprung out to me was inspire. She lives to inspire people. You know, she lives to lift them up and encourage them. That's the message. That's the message that I got. What kind of impression are you leaving with people? Are they feeling inspired? Are they feeling the need to want freedom in their lives? Are they wanting to be encouraged? Are they already feeling encouraged? Do they want to go out and minister to somebody else? Is that the kind of thing that you inspire?
Right.
I think that's something that we need to pay attention to, because so much of the time when artists are marketing themselves and they're putting themselves out there, all they're telling their audience is, I just finished my project, or I just released this new single. It's available over here. You should go buy it. You should go download it. You should go stream it. I just finished my album. It's now available for sale. Now you should go buy it. Well, what are you telling the people about why they should buy that thing? What's it gonna do for them? Is it going to inspire them? Is it gonna encourage them? Is it gonna, make them wanna jump up and go minister to somebody? What's it gonna do?
Amen.
So,
exactly. The why.
So think about those psychographics, the kind of people that you want in your audience, the kind of people that you minister to. What is your message? What are you saying to the world?
Amen. Awesome. Yes, there's Mr. Dr. Marlin Nichols. He's had tech problems, so I guess we'll have to schedule another time. And but yeah, we thank you for your effort there, sir, and we're looking forward to definitely setting up another meeting for that, because you have a lot of wealth of knowledge that we want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kenny Smith said that consistency is key, and faith work hand in hand. Okay, so consistency and faith. Put your faith to action. And again, consistency is it. Show up every time, make it happen, believe in what it is that you feel that God has called you to do as an artist, and for us with your music. Yeah, definitely. Again, put it to the test. Just put it out there. Don't go off of testimonies or just or those emotional highs that, okay, yeah, it's going to happen magically, because that's not how success happens.
Mm-hmm.
And in business, there's a principle in business. There's a principle in business that if you can find a problem that a person or people is having and you solve it, you will always stay in business. So we'll take that same principle in music. If you have a real message that's really hitting an issue, that's helping people solve a problem in their life, they will keep you on. Think about it. If you got 12 songs or 5 songs, what good is your songs? What is your songs going to do for that person's life at that moment? Because if it's not going to speak to anything, if it's not going to make them feel in a desired manner, right? They're reaching for something that's going to make them feel according to what they're dealing with to speak to their issues, right? Amen. And so, we being Christians and believers, why we have to find a way to bring that truth, because we got the truth.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
We got to be able to put the truth in front of them. So when you're going through trying to figure out what it is that you want to say to your audience, find an issue. What is the big issue right now? I'm gonna tell you, the big issue right now is self-help. People are discouraged because they don't have a plan, or the plan they had don't work. Well, how are you making it? How do you get over discouragement? Talk about how you get over discouragement. Right. That's people, man. We got a lot of broken marriages in the United States. If you're a married artist or you've been divorced, man, talk about how it affected you in your music and how you overcame it, right? How did you get to that point? How did you get through that rough patch? Because people are having rough patches. And if your music can solve something, an issue for them, that's going to remember that. Because I have artists that I would listen to right now When I'm in a certain state of mind, I turn them on because
same here.
They know exactly where to go, and those songs speak to my spirit, man. Right. So when you're doing your music, you have to try to solve a problem that everyday people have. And trust me, they'll play your song so much you don't have to worry about struggling man to hit 1,000 views on YouTube.
Right.
You'll get 30,000 views because why you think all those songs on the mainstream man hit? Because them people speaking to something. They talking what people are going through, they talking to it. That's why everybody clicking on it, because that's just where everybody's going through the same thing.
Yeah, see, I think you just gave them an idea, a nugget right there. Okay, speak to the issues, be aware of your surroundings, what's going on, and make a song about it. Because you never know. There's 8 billion people on this planet. Okay, and and a lot of them are probably going through some of the similar situations that you may be going through. Right. So your music can touch them. That's what, but you will never know that until you actually put it out there. And again, don't be afraid. Put it out there. Do it with excellence. Look at what mainstream is doing. Don't be like them. So don't do exactly what they do, but look at their work ethic and look at how is it that they're getting all of this love from the consumers? Constantly streaming their music, buying whatever it is. It's because they are speaking to the issues. They're solving a problem.
And they're joining the conversation. You join the conversation that other people are already having. You're not trying to get them to think about and talk about and worry about something else.
Right.
You're focused on what they're already focused on. That shows that you actually care about them.
There you go.
People like people who care.
If you got a job and you're making $14 an hour and you get frustrated because you really want to make $24, $25 an hour, how many other people do you believe that's frustrated about making those $14 an hour?
We didn't pay Wayner to say that.
No,
just to let y'all know.
What did she say? Don't be afraid.
She said, choose MIM to help you navigate the process.
Oh, yeah. So, thank you,
That's
Wayner.
very good advice.
Thank you,
Very good advice, man.
And no, we didn't pay her for that.
No, we didn't.
Y'all got any questions, y'all can ask her, about our services and how we roll. Okay.
She's been with us, what, 7 months, 6 or 7 months?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And the thing is, she's getting way more than what she pays. Like,
right.
The service, ask her, just inbox her, ask her.
That's all you gotta do.
Her life will never be the same, man. Because listen, we all have our own skill set that we bring to the table.
Okay, 7 months.
Right? 7 months. Okay, she's been our client for 7 months, but we all have our skill set we bring to the table, but we're really dope at what we do. Believe that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, but we're down to earth people, and we don't give you pie in the sky. I hate when I talk to a person and they're trying to sell me pie in the sky. Like that's why so many people are failing at life. That's why so many people are failing even in the church, because pastors are trying to sell pie in the sky. You have to talk to people right now, right? The pastors that are talking to people where they are about what they're going through, right? Dealing with the same thing. Man, I had to extend my light bill for another month. I had to go and get an extension. You imagine how many people had to get theirs extended too. You know what I mean? Or how many people that I have to change jobs. So I'm saying to you, you can't be afraid to share. Be transparent. The jig is up. All this fake stuff is going away. You got to be able to be transparent.
Okay, I can't. Yeah. We're gonna have to definitely reschedule with him. And so, like I said, he had technical difficulties, guys, and hey, that thing, things happen. It is what it is. Okay, but as you saw, how we did not let that stop us. We still kept it moving, and obstacles are going to come, and that's how you have to be as an artist. I want to switch gears real quick to
Sure,
Simone, what you were talking about for is with artists and radio and things, and it's like now artists, and again we got 8 minutes or whatever, but artists wants us basically do the old way of just, hey, look, I need to get on radio, such and such. Yeah, talk about that, man.
Yeah, I was talking to an artist this week, and you know, and I'm thinking that they were totally sold on my philosophy of not worrying about radio, going out there and building your fan base on social media, your email address on your own, not worrying about radio to find your people, you know. But no, he hit me with the question, how do I get on radio? I said, you know what? I have to just stop fighting it. This is what artists want. They want, this is, for so many artists, being on the radio is like the pinnacle of success in the music business. And it seems like it's something that's not really going away, really. So, you know, I gave him the long speech about how you're going to be spending money, or you're going to be spending a lot of time building relationships with these folks, or
a lot of money.
So yeah, so I mean, you're gonna have to spend the time and the money. That's basically it. Even if you do spend a lot of money advertising, paying radio promoters, you still want to reach out to the stations that are interested in your music. Actually listen to the stations so you can talk to the music directors and say truthfully, I like your station. It sounds good. I think my music will fit in really well with the stuff that you're playing. You know, something like that. Get to know them, let them get to know you, build a relationship. Remember that they are people. And this is what a lot of artists forget. I mean, you would never say you and I were at a conference, right? And I was speaking, I did this 25-minute talk or whatever. I came down off the stage, and then you walked up to me with your CD and just handed it to me and walked away. Would you ever do that? No, you wouldn't. But that's how you guys tend to do it on social media. You drop a CD in the mail, or you just drop a link in email or something, or on Facebook Messenger. Right. No context, no hello, how are you? No, nothing. And it's like, hello, what is gonna make me want to listen to your song over the hundreds of others that I get on a regular basis, right? Make yourself stand out. That's where that message comes in. That's where your intro comes in. You know, give me a little something, right? What am I gonna be listening to? Why should I listen to it? You know, say hello. That would be great.
Right, exactly.
You know, that's so much of the time, as people in media, we just get people just dumping stuff on us, no context whatsoever. And, you know, and we need that. Well, it's not just about the money.
I'm going to tell you the quickest way to get on radio. If you really are just really gung-ho about getting on a terrestrial station, right? You need to put about 20 or 30 G's in your pocket. That'll probably get you on a couple, right? But you also need to have a team. You got to have a marketing team. But you can work internet. You can work internet radio and work your record. See, this is what Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Right. We gave you the formula on how to do it, and you keep wanting to reinvent the wheel. So let me give it to you real quick. If you work internet radio, write this down. If you don't, write this down so you can inbox somebody, they ask about it. I'm going to give you the game, right? If you really want trying to get on terrestrial radio, if you go to internet radio and you start with stations that are 1,000 or less, because you're not going to be successful in music, period, unless you build relationships. It's a relationship business. So
can I throw one nugget in here before you go on, Rico? Sure. I want to tell people, choose your stations wisely. Don't choose stations. Don't play music that plays music just completely different from yours. Choose stations that actually would like your music. Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to take Simone's caveat, because it's important, right? when you're trying to pick out your internet stations, make sure the music they play directly connects or it's your formatting. You fit their format, right? You should fit. Now it's a whole lot easier to break bread with the person that owns the station that have 1,000 listeners because they don't have a huge listener base. They're more apt to respond to your emails or phone call. You can break bread, build a relationship, have a little money, the 20 or 30,000 that you want to come in on terrestrial radio. You take that money and pinch off of it, do little campaigns on the internet station, and you go and you get 10 other stations. You keep repeating that process, build relationship, run little campaigns. They're playing your records. When you're running, you're paying for little campaigns, so they're keeping you in the atmosphere. Well, the thing about internet radio, you can't get any feedback because people are not actually telling you they listen to your record. But if that owner is playing your song, people are hearing it. Over time, guess what? If you keep repeating that process and keep being diligent, the people will start calling the radio station and asking for your
song. Absolutely.
So if you're trying to get to terrestrial radio, we're giving you the inexpensive game because that you got to understand. To get on, if you get on 3 or 4 stations, that's not going to do anything for you, right? The major record labels have the big budgets to put behind these artists so they can get 15, 20, 30, 40 spins on 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 stations. Your money not long like that. So the internet don't cost you as much money. But because I'm gonna tell you, if you get those stations that fit the format, break bread with the owners, really bring some value to that station and maybe help them, send out messages, do some drop for them, whatever. Build that relationship as that station grows. Guess what? You're already in with that station owner. And anything that you want to do, they'll start putting you priority. And now you have your own network. There's no way to get around that. Like if you're not sitting on a lot of money, that is the way that you get to terrestrial radio.
And I also want you to add to this as well. Kenny said it could be, I could type it totally on point there. Yeah. Amen. Also, all right. I had somebody come to me, an artist come to me and wanting to know if my station was a BDS station. And can we explain BDS to them? What does that truly mean? And does it really even make a difference whether it is or not?
I forgot what it stands for, but basically it's a charting station. It's a station that gets monitored by Nielsen. So everything that gets played on that station gets counted for the Billboard charts, right? Or whichever charts.
The listenership.
The listenership charts. So not all stations are reporting stations, but from the conversation I had with this artist this week, they were thinking that they had been nominated in the past for a Stellar Award, and they thought that the reason why they didn't win the Stellar, even though their music was really good, and he said his music is better than what was in the category. The reason why he didn't win was because he wasn't being played on BDS stations. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. It's
I don't believe it.
The whole Stellar situation is political, money driven, closed. It's very difficult to get in if you're an independent artist that is not well known.
Lord, that's a whole
it's a can of worms.
Yeah.
But the BDS stations are the charting stations, and personally, we had an artist on the show, remember? And I asked him directly, what is it that winning these awards gets you? And he said, I don't really know. He's on award shows constantly. He's being nominated constantly, winning constantly, submitting constantly. But he said he doesn't know what these awards get him. So, I mean, if the charting situation, to me, it's bragging rights. It's bragging rights. You know, you can tell people I'm number whatever on the chart. I'm in the top, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the this, I'm in the that. What does it actually do for you? If it's not putting money in your pockets and fans in your list, then it's not really doing a whole lot for you. I mean, if you're not using it to the point, if you're just bragging about it and not actually using it to say, other people like my stuff, you will probably like it too. Check it out, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, that's kind of the way that
have you on.
See what the problem, the thing that you guys got to understand, and you know me, I'm the black sheep of the group. So I'm just gonna say it. Ron has his way, Simone has her way, and I'm gonna say it. To get on these award shows, man, it's nothing but pride for you as an artist, because every award show is nothing but it's all political. The Grammys are political. The people who win Grammys are not the best artists. They're not always the best artists, the Stellars or the Kingdom Awards. You know, I've seen so many people doing award shows because people can't get awards on this award show, so they hold another award show. Right. Don't focus on that, right? Because it don't mean anything. You know what really means something? Mm-hmm. What really means something if you have substance in your music and people start following you and they start clicking on your record. You don't need an award to do that, because your music, let your music speak for you. If your music speak for you, the people will come. If you're actually creating something to speak to their issue, if your music is filling a need in somebody's life, they will click on you, right? These award shows are nothing but bragging rights, like Simone said. You get so caught up in it, then you get discouraged because you don't win. I don't take no stock in award shows. The only time I take stock in award shows, because I look at the performances. But that don't necessarily mean that they're the best artists, right?
This is true.
It's just a show. It's just like any other show. It's like the Apollo. You know what I mean? So what you have to do is stop getting caught up. If you don't get invited, if you don't get invited to a Stellar or to any type of, it's okay. I have to, and so many people, and when I say that, we don't always talk about it because we know you guys don't like it, because that's what you guys, a lot of you guys try to scratch and claw for that. And people start looking crazy when we say that, but you don't need an award to be successful, right? Exactly. You don't need an award to be dope, right?
Right.
You need people.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. This is the thing that I think that a lot of artists don't understand. If you get nominated and you win an award, how are you using that to actually build your business? Because you should use it as more than just bragging rights. If you feel like, okay, there are people in your audience who want to see credentials, okay, well then use it for that. But it seems like most of the time artists are spending a ton of money to get the best producers, the award-winning producers, so that they can have the award-winning record, and you know, and they get the statue sitting on their shelf and they take a few pictures of it, and then that's it. What happens after that? That getting you, if it's not getting you more fans in your fan base, which will in turn bring in more money for your business, then how is it helping you? That's something to really pay attention to and to really think about.
You know, this is some very good information. This is kind of like when a person a person who is diabetic and they go to the doctor, and the doctor tells them what they need to do to get off this diabetes, but the patient likes what they're doing. You know, all right. It's like, oh, hey, well, look, and so every time they go to the doctor, the doctor will tell you, but he's going to give you exactly what you want, because again, he's at your mercy. All he can do is just suggest. And then when things start happening, it's like, okay, well, I tried to tell you, but now it's, now you're at another phase, and now I got to up your medicine or so. So the whole point is, yes, you could keep going after these awards and look at the value of what it is. And if that's what you want, then yeah, you go right ahead. But as I said earlier, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting new results. Mm-hmm. Look at those who have won awards. So and look at what they're doing. What has that done for them? I know a lot of you all may look at that. If I win this Stellar or a Grammy, whatever, I could charge more money at concerts. Okay.
Not necessarily.
No, because you don't have a fan base and nobody's coming to see you anyways. So what good is the award?
They still don't know your name. So
exactly.
A lot of the most anointed people and the most skilled people you ain't heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you trying to spend tons of money, because now those producers, man, they're not really getting money, so they're coming down off the mountain, and the people are mesmerized. But guess what? If that producer, man, make great music, right? Whether they have a name or not, if that producer has your sound, work with that producer, form a partnership. You know what I mean? The thing is, if we're trying to give you the game, because we don't have 1 million followers, we'll have 2 million people breaking doggone StreamYard. You know what I mean? We're still giving you the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if you pause for a minute and open up your ears to hear, just like Simone said, she was trying to tell that artist, they were so gung-ho about terrestrial radio. We're trying to help you keep money in your pocket. We're not saying you're not going to spend money, but we're saying we're going to show you how to make that money work. And I remember working at a music store, and I was a keyboard tech, and I would, demo keyboards and pianos and make songs all day and sell pianos and keyboards. I would tell people, when you buy something that's going to last you for 5 years. You just don't buy a name, because a lot of times, if you don't know why you're buying it, know why you're buying something, know why you spend your money, you can be broke really, really fast. Mm-hmm. We're trying to show you how to save money, right? You're going to spend money, but instead of you spending 10,000 or 8 or 10,000, we're trying to say, well, if you're going to take 1,000, let me show you how to bust that 1,000 down to make it benefit you. But if you don't listen, we can't help you.
Right. Yeah. And you're spending money that's going to be counterproductive for you. And you're going to be frustrated. It's like, okay, well, again, you're still going to invest in yourself regardless. You're going to spend money, as Rico says. All right. But again, you may not have to spend as much money, but again, that all depends on what you're trying to do. But even at the price, don't look at it as an expense. Look at it as an investment, because you're investing in yourself. All right. And getting the right people on board with you. Yes, there are some sharks out there. And that's just a part of life. But that's why you have the Holy Spirit to discern, to help you. Okay, no, I don't need to deal with this person here. Okay, use wisdom. So yes, again, well, thank y'all so much for joining us. And so we went over 10 minutes or so, but hey, it's all great, valuable information. We thank y'all for allowing us to be a part of your Thursday night. Make sure you go visit themusicindustrymakeover.com. Okay, we are here for you, and again, look through it, look at some of the packages that we have, services, and we're also creating some other things in the works. We're going to be venturing off into even dealing with authors. If you're an author out there, okay, that's something you might want to consider. Also, the program is sponsored by Finio Max. Go look at them, check them out for all you small businesses that need help in marketing and promotions, content marketing, all of that. Go and check them out. Okay, SJ Music. Okay, hey, definitely for us to help your music ministry make money. Okay, that's Shimon. I'm getting tongue twisted at SJ and Simone. Okay, but yes, go and view her website. Also, want to definitely thank Spectrum for helping us out. Also, being one of our sponsors. Again, contact Patricia. We thank God for her. And again, get that bundle if you're interested. Okay, as well as for those who want to improve their credit, Mr. Harold Jackson, contact him. Okay, for financial services and things. If you're serious about your credit score and things like that, contact him and he will get you right. All right, hey guys, any last words? Starting with you, Simone.
Thank you for spending your Thursday night with us. I hope something we said will help you in your music ministry down the road and will help you to grow and to find those people that fan base that are people that you need to be sharing your music with and your message with, and those people whose lives that God called you to change. So thank you.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, Rico.
I'm gonna just say to you, man, we really sincerely want to help you. Like, this is why we created these platforms. We really want to we really want to help you guys. Like, that's why we in it, man. We're not in it to be rich. None of us drive, vets and Porsches, and you know what I mean? We like regular people. We really sincerely want you guys to be blessed by giving the right information, but you have to do your part. You have to do your homework. We give you things. If you don't ask the questions, we can't help you. If you don't, some people are shy about getting on camera or putting their pictures up or whatever, but inbox one of us. If you got 10 questions, write the questions down, inbox me, Ron, or Simone, and say, hey, can you answer these questions on the show? And we will read them. We will read your questions, all of them, off your paper, and we will answer your questions.
Yes. Right? Very, very good idea. Awesome. And yes, remember, you matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else. Just do what God has called you to do, and you'll be just fine. Okay. So just believe in yourself, and also want to send our condolences out to those who may have lost a loved one during this pandemic crisis. All right. I think this rapper or lyricist, Fred Godson or whatever his name is. Yeah. He just passed away. 35 years old.
Fred Godson passed away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah. He had COVID. He had COVID, didn't he?
Yeah. And so it's like, again, tomorrow is not promised. Today is not promised to. I mean, the next minute, whatever. Make the most out of it. Okay, and make sure that your life is right with Christ. All right. So hey, you all have a blessed one out there, and we'll see you next week. Again, we're going to reschedule and have Dr. Nichols on. So we're going to work through those technical difficulties, and we're going to bring you some quality people. Okay. God bless y'all. You all take it easy. Thank you all again, and be safe out there. All right.